G'day guys, Mac with the Outer Circle, and I just wanted to just talk about something I find to be an interesting little phenomena. And that is, I was scrolling through Instagram, just classic doom scrolling, right? When you're just sitting there and just constantly flicking your thumb, go through Instagram, and I came across the Warhammer community post, or it was the Warhammer official, as they call it on Instagram, and it was the post that showed the video clip from the Warhammer preview show, this video here. And it was talking about the Sector robots. And I was reading the comments. Very interesting, to say the least. Because on initial drop of these miniatures, glowing positivity in the comments, with the occasional, ugh, right? And you see that in the Twitch stream as well, where some people say they don't look right, some people say that, this is what's coming later on, some people are just hyped, Stargate, Psycho, Automata, let's go, that's awesome, I've been wanting to get into Thousand Suns, and now I will, okay, this is what pushed you over the line compared to all the other nice stuff that they have. That's a very interesting take. But it's really, really weird to me to see this. I'm not going to say this is some grand conspiracy, but I would just urge you to go and have a look at the comments and just read through them over on Instagram or on Facebook, because it's really, really weird, this dichotomy. It's almost like people just coming out of the woodwork to throw really positive comments out there about how great this is and how they can't wait to collect it. And then they just vanish. And then their comments are followed up within the following week by a whole bunch of people saying how bad the release is. And I asked the question on there. I'm like, it's been a week, do you want to take the feedback to the design team? ? Obviously, I never got a response to that. But reading some of the comments, like True Hellbent, Magnus did nothing to deserve this. But there's one by GMO Paint. This one's very interesting. So I'll read out a few of these sort of comments here. So he said, look, it's 9 years since the faction was released, and this is what you give us. This is an insult. I'm so very, very disappointed and upset. You guys clearly don't give a crap about this faction. And I sympathise. I am a 3 decades long Thousand Suns collector. That's pretty long time, I think. And yeah, really, your army is some beastmen, a couple of sorcerers, a couple of characters, and some power armor and some Terminator armor, and that's really it. There's no psychic dreadnoughts. There's no interesting psychic automata like the Castellax Achaea from 30k. There's nothing that's crazy mutated Zinchian stuff, which would also be potentially fun to see. Think Mutilith Vortex Beast type stuff. There's none of that going on in the faction. There's no Marine Disc Riders. That would be a fun unit, a fast attack choice for Thousand Suns, Disc Riding Sorcerers as a fast attack choice. Yeah, so I get it. I'd be upset too, right? It's kind of how I feel about the Horus Heresy. But then I read into the comments, and pretty much straight away, we start seeing comments from people that, Zhao Da says, a model release upset and insulted you, and just laughing, crying emojis, And then you just scroll on through, and you just see more of this that's just this dude whining about this, Maybe you can go practice guitar instead so you don't suck so much. Just random things like this, And you see a lot of these comments where people express, their disappointment, and then they're just shot down really, really hard by the community. And then you go to other comments, and it's just, this is really disappointing. Is this really what they get after 9 years? Just completely non-dynamic poses. They're really small. And then you just get totally unexpected, very intriguing with amazed emojis. And it's really, really weird to just constantly see this flip-flop in. And I'm curious, is it organic? I guess is what I'm getting at. Is this legit the actual people in the hobby expressing their opinions. Because when I look at most places talking about this, it's a very, very negative reception to these miniatures. With like, I don't know, less than 5% of people saying like, yeah, I like these. But on the official Warhammer pages, it's like vastly different. It's like very, very positive reception, especially during the first few hours after launch. And the negative reception is still only just catching up in the quantity after a week. So I'm not going to say it's some grand conspiracy, but, you know, maybe Games Workshop's hiring people to just give them plaudits on social media. Maybe the community are just super, you know, keen to simp for big plastic. I don't know. It's just really interesting to see, you know. And we've got the same thing going on, like I said, over on Facebook. We see people, like, a lot of people complaining about the World Ears releases, saying, like, why didn't we get, like, Blood Surgeons or something like that? Like, why an 8-bound character? People talking about, like, what the hell happened with the Thousand Sons. Then you get one guy, Abe Peterka, like, these are great. Can we get Slaanesh players please have our chariots back, since they have a plastic kit and all? Some of us loyal Slaanesh players have an excess of chariot models which you can no longer use in competitive gaming. I've got like 9 exalted chariots, 6 regular chariots, and 6 Hellflayers. So it's like, hang on. This guy said, these are great, as in these miniatures. I mean, okay, maybe. But then also went into like but by the way, can we just get these units back? It's like, that I believe is legit. Like, that's a guy who actually thinks these are nice looking and thinks that he's just going to be able to approach them and just be like, oh, can I have my stuff back? Right? And then you get other people that are just, you know, what the hell are these? The Year of Chaos. Here's one model for each of you, and while we work on giving our favourite child more attention and models. Like, yeah, that's a real person. I believe that. And then you scroll on down through the comments, and it's just like, when are we releasing? When do we get these? Wow, these are amazing. I need to have these in my armies. Like, what the hell? Like, just almost these, like, one sentence, you know, these could be a forerunner for Model of the Year. That could be sarcasm, but like, it's so bizarre reading through the comments. I'd love to put them on the screen, but, like, you know, yeah, there's some comment stuff, but it's from like my personal Facebook. And if something popped up, oh, could you imagine? Could you imagine? But also, like, it's really hard to show Instagram stuff on the screen. The visuals, they're nothing in this video, I apologize, but I just want to talk about it because it's really weird just to see, like, some of the comments that people are putting out there on this stuff. Some of it seems really organic, where people, like, express the pros and the cons, they express genuine desires, but then others are just like, someone is reading off a script. These are amazing. When do they come on, you know, when do they come out for pre-order? They're not going to say come on sale, because they don't come on sale ever. And it's just, I don't know, it just seems really unorganic, a lot of the commentary around there. And I'm just curious if other people have experienced this. I guess is what I'm getting at. This video is not negative, it's not positive, it's just curiosity, right? I have no other way, really, except creating a video to ask you, like, hey, have you noticed super positive content for these models whenever they're previewed? And you just sort of sit there scratching your head going, why do people like this? Like, remember those Space Marines that have those rocket launchers that shoot, like, the t-shirt guns? That just everyone agrees are universally bad? And yet you see tons of people in comments on social media expressing how great they are. I thought it was just in my head, like, oh, there's just a lot of simpage going on, which I'm sure there is a large group of people who, no matter what come out, are impressed with it. But I also would note that it just doesn't stack. Like, it could be an echo chamber that occurs on Games Workshop's, like, pages. They could be curating the comments, deleting what they don't like. Sure, like, these are factors. But just, I never see so much, like, positivity towards them. And then it also vanishes within, like, a super short time frame. So, what is going on here? I don't think they're buying, like, commentary or using, like, algorithms and AI to, like, script, like, positive feedback. But, like, it's really weird at the same time, the timing of it. And, it, you know, you see all these people saying, like, oh, I can't wait to get, you know, a unit of, what is it, Eradicators, I think it was, Primaris Eradicators, and yet you never see them in the wild. You never see pictures of them on social media. Yet all these people were out there saying how they were going to get them. So were they actually getting them? Were they all talk and no go? Did they, buy them with their rent money that week and then have to sell them on Marketplace because they needed to pay the bills still and they got caught up in the hype? I honestly don't know. So just really, really weird to me, and I thought I would mention it and just ask you if you've seen it and if you think it's like a legit phenomenon or if I'm just, losing my Macca marbles. Anyway, that's it for me. I'm Mac with the Outer Circle. Please leave your thoughts and feedback below, and if you missed it, we did like a 4-hour long live stream going through the black books for the Horus Heresy, just talking about the pros and cons and sort of ranking them all on the, the tier list, just talking about like what happened in 1.0 and what happened in 2.0 with, what they chose to put out when and the rise and fall of the system. Very interesting stuff if you're into that. And obviously I was hammered when we did it, so there's a laugh to be had in there. Anyway, see you next time.